Welcome back to Now You Know BC. Today we're talking about BC inventions. My guest is Brian Anderson, the Director of Performance and Funtimes at Science World. As you know, Science World runs as a charity, as a hands-on science center here in Vancouver, and engages learners across the province in STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, art and design, and math. Technically STEAM, but who's counting? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
The title Director of Performance and Funtimes is the most interesting title I've ever heard. Who invented that?
That one, it came out because as a performance lead, I train all of the performers who do the fun shows at Science World. We do little rehearsal sessions that we call Brian Funtimes. And so coming out of that, they said, we need a title for you, so why don't you be Performance and Funtimes? And it kind of lands because in addition to what I do in the building, when weird random things come, it's like the fun times. Like we want to play with Cirque du Soleil. We want to have some wrestlers come in and do the science of wrestling. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the best part of the job for you?
Getting to do new things. You get to meet new people. You get to learn about what they do. We were talking to some folks from Cirque du Soleil recently that they do an acrobatic act. They hang from their hair. And just the invention of what is the knot you use for that so it doesn't slip out and you fall down.
They literally just use their hair?
They
There's
literally
not something in
they
there?
said it was ironic that Brian was the one asking them about hair, but
So I didn't even think of it.
but yeah, it wraps around the hair and there's a little ring and a rigging thing there, but the hair is all that's attaching them to the ring.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in this type of work?
I have a background both in science and in theater. So I did a degree in computer science, physics, and math. And then I've always been a bit of a theater nerd, and this is just the ideal place where my world overlaps.
That is fantastic. And you've been there for 8 years. Kids are some of the most creative people out there.
They are.
And you have a program where they invent stuff?
They've got all kinds of things where they do innovation. We have a gallery called the Tinkering Space. And tinkering is all about iteration, the design process. So I have an idea for something, this little ramp we have out here. If you want to build your own little skateboard ramp, I'll build it and I'll test it and say, what if I change this variable? What if I make this one a little higher, make this one a little wider? So it's all about just recognizing inventions don't happen the first time. You have an idea, you try it out.
That is fascinating. Have I said fascinating enough this interview?
Can I talk fun times? One other thing?
Yeah.
Our fun buddy who's staring at me over the shoulder
Yes,
here.
the Jolly Jumper.
We're talking Jolly Jumper. I got to ride in a giant Jolly Jumper once.
What?
We actually, for an invention exhibit we had a few years ago, they built for one day a human adult-sized Jolly Jumper.
Let's talk about some other BC inventions. What have you got for me?
Well, there's a lot of different ones that are out there.
Caulking gun, for
Caulking
one?
gun is a great one there. Yeah.
Who invented that?
I don't recall.
But it was invented here.
It was invented here in BC.
There's lots of things that
There's
were
lots of
invented
great
here.
ones there. London fog was a BC invention.
Why was it a BC invention? It's like the California roll.
Yeah.
There's an ongoing argument about whether or not
It came from
Chef
California.
Tojo
Yeah.
created it here or somebody in California created it, which, you know, lots of people lean towards California because it's in the name.
Yeah.
But
This is Chef Tojo.
Hi, I'm Sous Chef Tojo. Okay, everybody eat cucumber, avocado, and cook crab. Just I change this preparation. Just raw. I didn't call it the California roll. We call inside of roll. People starting with California roll. Oh, this is very good.
There's a lot of good like high-tech ones as well, like science in BC. There's huge technological things going on. A company called Acuitas made a nanoparticle delivery system that was used in lots of vaccines.
I don't
things
even
like
know
that.
what that means.
It's like a biotech company. It allows these
Nanoparticle delivery system.
nanoparticles that allow basically the vaccine work good.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's an exhibit on right now, and there's lots of inventions. The exhibit is not about inventions, it's
No.
extreme sports, but there's so much innovation and stuff happening within that.
Exactly. You've got things like the wingsuits, the people who like jump off of the Squamish Chief and they actually fly and things. People developing those, like the different materials you have to have in there. Materials engineer for rock climbing, things like that. You want things that are nice and strong. Even things like, again, our little skateboards there. Skateboard technology's gone up a lot over the last 20, 50 years.
And even new sports themselves, I consider inventions. Parkour
Yeah.
was not a sport. It wasn't anything when I was in high school even. So in my lifetime, things have been created. The wingsuit was
Yeah.
created probably during my lifetime. Maybe people were doing it before, but
Yeah, parkour's got a lot of interesting science because there's the innovation of like how do you do the different jumps and things there, but there's also the psychology. A lot of the sports is the psychology of inventing new ways to train yourself, to train different people.
Right.
Look at your tolerance for risk, which is one of the things you can do in the exhibit.
Yeah, what is that?
It's there's a researcher who looks at like a whole bunch of different categories of risk, and then you can come up with a score out of 40 that like this is how risky I am as a human.
Score out of 40. What did you score?
I'm a 21. I'm kind of a middle of the road.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But yeah, each of the different athletes and performers you see interviewed on the videos in the exhibit, you list their scores. You can compare yourself. And
What's the highest?
40 out of 40, I think, is the top. I think the
Whoa.
biggest one I saw in the interviews was a guy at 37, and he just does all kinds of slacklining and jumping off things. And
47?
oh, sorry, no, 37 out of 40.
I was
him.
going to say off the charts.
Off the chart stuff there. Now, I was amused by where I do risk and where I don't. Like, I'll ride a roller coaster, but then they ask you, would you try a new item off the menu? I'm like, I'm a little risky. I'll stick with my hamburger.
Amazing. Okay, well, you can visit this exhibit at Science World, all sorts of innovations beyond it. We're going to go to the street where Nina is talking to some people right now, getting their thoughts.